Morimoto has listened. A lot of our customers at Headlight Revolution have wanted the brand new Morimoto XB LED headlights with an Amber DRL. Finally, they made it. Let me tell you a little bit about these headlights, and then I'm going to do some installs for you. So follow me, let's get started. Now these Morimoto XB LED headlights are the exact same as the ones we've reviewed in the past. So if you want a full-on review of it, watch these videos where Chris goes in depth onto why these Morimoto XB headlights are so great. To give you a quick overview, there's 3 projectors that are extremely bright for the low beam. And then where your old turn signal used to be, that is a reflector high beam now. So you have an incredible tense light output that is tight and much more intense than the stock halogen headlights that these trucks come with. Around the entire headlight, there's this incredibly bright DRL, that Amber DRL, the whole reason you guys are watching this video. When you're driving around town with your headlights on, that DRL is a true DRL and dims down. When you're driving around the day and you don't have your headlights on, that DRL then brightens up to give you an incredible look. They have a great warranty, they're plug and play, and super easy to install. I'm gonna send it over to W to give you an install on a Ford F-150 of the original XB LED headlights, but the install for those and the Amber XB LED headlights are the exact same way.
Now the first step in getting your Morimoto XB LED headlights installed is removing the original headlights. Now if you've got a truck with the halogen headlights like this one, or if you've got a truck with the HID equipped headlights like some of the other trim levels like the Raptors or the limited trucks, this same information applies to you and you can use the same Morimoto XB headlights. They include an adapter harness. They work for all of these trucks. Now there are 2 10mm bolts to remove from up top here, one on the right, one on the left, and there's one down here toward the inside of the headlight. At this point you can pull the headlight out of the truck and disconnect the factory wiring. Go ahead and disconnect your factory H13 connector, disconnect your side marker light, and disconnect your factory turn signal down here. There's one thing you need to do before you install your new Morimoto XB headlights. Morimoto includes a DRL fuse tap harness. It's super easy to install. Ford conveniently puts the fuse box right here front and center, and what we need to do is remove one of our original fuses, install the fuse tap, and run one end to one headlight, the other end to the other headlight. It powers up the DRL on the outside of the headlight. Super simple, and I'll show you how to do it. Go ahead and remove the fuse box lid, and this little 10 amp fuse here is the one we're going to be removing. You can use a needle nose pliers to grab it pretty easily. Go ahead and install your new fuse tap in that same slot, and you can route the wiring so you can close the fuse box lid over it. Go ahead and route that DRL harness over to your headlight, and this end right here just plugs into the back of the headlight. I'll show you guys all the connections in just a second, but we're already ready to install our XB headlights now. Now at this point you can plug in your new XB LED headlight, just match the plugs up. That DRL harness that we ran goes to this plug here with the blue wire, just like that. Now you're going to discover that there are 2 plugs on this headlight that look like this. This is for your sequential versus non-sequential turn signal. So if you want it sequential, scrolling from left to right, it looks really cool, leave it unplugged like this. If you want it instant on, instant off, plug it in like this. This is something you can change at any time. Obviously the truck's pretty easy to take apart, so if you decide you want it one way or the other, you can always revert it back. At this point the headlight just goes right back in like the original, and it is that easy. And we can reinstall our bolts. Now I know you guys are excited to see how the XB LED headlights look against the wall, but first I gotta show you the factory halogen headlights. These came in at 240 maximum lux. Lux is the best possible way for us to tell you exactly how bright, or in this case how dim, the factory headlights are. At 240, that's not super great, and as you can see we do have a hot spot right in the center, but we've got some flood left and right, and obviously you're watching this video because you want a better headlight. So having said all that, let's check out the low beam on the XB headlights. The Morimoto XB LED low beam came in at 710 maximum lux, and look at how sharp that cutoff line is. We got a distinct hot spot right in the middle. It's going to reach way down the road. We've got a beautiful cutoff line. We're not going to glare or blind any oncoming traffic, and we've completely dressed up the front of the truck. I love this low beam option. Let's check out how the high beam does. The stock F-150 high beam came in at 420 maximum lux. As you can see, it just flips the high beam up a little bit. Still got a hot spot, but you know what? It's not the greatest high beam in the world. I want something better. Let's check out the XB Headlight high beam. The Morimoto XB LED high beam came in at 1080 maximum lux, and as you can see, we picked up some light above the cutoff line. It's going to fire way down the road at night, and it should be a very drivable, very useful beam pattern.
Now before you go anywhere, I know you've been eyeing what's in the fog lights and on the A-pillar brackets. These are indeed the brand new Morimoto 4-banger off-road pod lights. They are incredibly bright, and they now have a kit for the 09 to 14 Ford F-150. So you can put a pod light into the fog light area and it looks like it was intended to be there. They also have A-pillar brackets from Morimoto. It's got that little Morimoto logo on it. So if you want to add a little more punch to the Morimoto XBs that you just purchased, that is a good option, and you can find it on headlightrevolution.com. All you got to do is type in your year, make, and model, and it'll pop up. You can also see everything else that we have for your truck listed below.